Hi, good day everyone. I am Jihanne Cantor and I am the first reporter of Chapter 14, which is Elderhood. But before I'm going to discuss this stage of life, I am going to discuss first the longevity revolution. Longevity revolution, we are entering in a period in which increasing number of people are living into old age. So, tayo ay papasok sa period na kung saan mas maraming old age yung nabubuhay. The 20th century was unique in human history, in the large percentage of people who lived well beyond their reproductive and child-rearing years into later adulthood and elderhood. So, ang 20th century is unique siya in human history. Bakit? Kasi, ayun nga sasabi ko kanina, mas maraming old age ang nabubuhay in this period. And aside of that, mas malaki ang percentage na nabubuhay ang tao higit pa sa kanilang reproductive at pag-alaga ng bata hanggang sa kanilang pagtanda. Hindi naman sinasabi na wala tayong model ng long live at the earlier period of history. Pero ang gina-point out lang dito na kung gaano karami ang old age na nabubuhay at earlier period of history, mas marami pa doon yung old age na nabubuhay in this period of time or in this century. Genetically based disease that emerge only in the second half of life, such as breast and colon cancer or adult onset diabetes, become more common as larger numbers of people reach advanced age. So pag sinasabi natin genetically based is mga sakit na namamana natin sa ating lahi. For example is breast and colon cancer or adult onset diabetes. Pag ma-experience natin ito, automatically, iisipin ng tao na nasa lahi natin yan, maybe na-experience ng parents natin or ng mga grandparent natin. So, nag-emerge lang daw siya in the second half of life. Kapag babase tayo sa ancient perspective, ang tao is nabubuhay sa loob ng 120 years old. So, pag sinasabing second half of life, 60 years old. Pero hindi naman talaga nasa 60 years old pa siya bago mag-emerge. Kasi may mga tao man din na 40 plus pa lang is naka-experience na ng sakit na kagaya nito. So, sabi niya, become more common as larger numbers of people reach advanced age. So, parang common lang siya. Kasi for example, kapag pag-uusapan natin ang cancer, kapag ang isang tao is meron siyang cancer, and then stage 4 cancer, for example lang. So, talagang mag-a-advise or pagsasabihan siya ng doktor kung ilang months na lang siya na mabuhay dito sa mundo. Even ganun yung mga advices ng doktor is meron pa rin mga tao na nakaka-survive. Meron pa rin mga tao na kahit pinagsabihang, for example, 5 months ka na lang mabuhay kasi of course, stage 4 cancer na yung sakit mo, ganun. So, meron pa rin mga tao na nabubuhay pa rin, nalampasan nila yon, na-survive nila yon, and then na-reach pa rin nila yung advanced age or pwedeng yung iba makakarating pa rin sa stage na elderhood. So life expectancy is the most influenced by intervention that prevent infants and children from dying, ensuring that more people will reach advanced ages or 70 or older. Pag sinasabi nating life expectancy, it is the number of years that people can expect to live. So, ang life expectancy is naka-influensya siya para ma-prevent yung agarang pagkamatay or yung mga bata pa lang is namamatay na, and then ma-ensure na mas maraming tao pa yung maka-reach ng advanced age na 70 years old or older. From evolutionary perspective, the human species is highly complex organism designed to survive over a relatively long period in order to find a mate, reproduce, and rear and nurture the young until they are old enough to reproduce. So from evolutionary perspective, a human species is gidesign siya to reproduce. Magkaroon siya ng offspring. Kailangan talaga magpakarami tayo before natin ma-reach ang old enough to reproduce. Genetic factors contribute to the compression of illness toward the very end of life and enhance capacities for recovery. So, itong genetic factors is nakakatulong din siya kung bakit may mga taong even na meron silang mga sakit is na nare-reach pa rin nila yung elderhood or na-reach pa rin nila yung advanced age. Dahil ang genetic factors is nakakontribute din siya para makarecover tayo, para makasurvive tayo sa mga illnesses na pwede nating ma-experience. Next is the secrets to longevity. The nutritionist, psychologist, physician, and gerontologist interviewed a 12Q band of men and women na merong edad na 100 years old. I-interview nila kung ano yung mga daily activities nila or ang lifestyle na siyang nakakontribute kung bakit humaba ang kanilang buhay. So, lahat sila is nag-agree na ang kailangan lang talaga or ang importante lang talaga is an optimistic outlook on life. So, kailangan lang talaga maging positive sa buhay. So, si Dr. Eugenio Salman, sinabi niya na merong 6 basic elements of longevity. Ito ay motivation to live, appropriate diet, medical attention, intense physical activity, cultural activities, and healthy environment. So, ang tao talaga is kailangan may motivation siya sa buhay. Of course, kailangan niya ng appropriate diet or kailangan niya ng proper diet. Of course, kailangan niya din magpa-check up kung may nararamdaman siya. Hindi naman pwedeng pabayaan kasi baka mag-worst pa yung sakit. And sabi dito, intense physical activity, so kailangan pa rin ng exercise. Even na matanda na, kailangan pa rin i-encourage na mag-exercise. Of course, ang healthy environment din. Next is the gender gap among the very old. So the gender gap in longevity is observed in virtually all countries of the world. But the differences are accentuated in the developed countries. So, ang gender gap in longevity is na-observe naman talaga siya sa lahat ng countries dito sa mundo. Pero, mas matindi lang yung pagkakaiba niya sa mga developed countries. For example, sa US. So, mas mapansin talaga doon yung pagkakaiba. Kasi noong 2010, maraming mga matatandang babae ang nabubuhay sa US. Maraming mga babae ang naka-reach ng elderhood kaysa sa mga lalaki. Meron pa ngang umabot ang edad ng 95 years old. Pero sa ngayon is pareho ang dami ng lalaki at babae na nabubuhay sa loob ng 65 years old pataas. Kasi bakit parang nagka-same na sila na noong 2010 is mas marami man or mas malaki man yung percentage ng mga babae. Dahil yan sa social issue ng mga babae. Maaaring dahil sa poverty, dahil sa kulang sa healthcare, kailangan talaga nila ng healthcare. Next is the new psychological stage, which is elderhood. This is the stage of life that experienced by the long-lived in a community who have outlived most of their age mates. So ito yung stage na kung saan dinanas ng mga tao yung mahabang buhay, na kung saan nalampasan pa nila yung mga kasamahan nila or yung mga kaedad nila. The quality of functioning in elderhood is a product of interaction between genetic factors, lifestyle choices, and environmental support. So maaaring dahil yan sa genetic factors or sa lifestyle choices and environmental support kung bakit ang tao is na-reach nila yung elderhood or 75 years old. Genetic factors influence longevity, vulnerability to illnesses, intelligence, and personality factors that contribute to coping. So, ang genetic factors is nakaka-influence din siya sa longevity. Bakit? Kasi sabi ko nga kanina is nakakatulong siya sa atin para makasurvive tayo, para makakope tayo sa mga illnesses na pwede nating ma-experience. Lifestyle factors include physical activity, diet, control over one's life, smoking, alcohol, and drug use, and the quality of one's social network. So, maaaring mga tao na naka-reach ng elderhood, ang lifestyle factors nila or ang lifestyle nila is nag-exercise sila, meron silang proper diet, and then ginakontrol nila yung life nila sa pag-iinom ng alak, sa paninigarilyo, paggagamit ng droga, ganon. So, parang nag-smoke man din sila pero hindi kagaya ng iba na parang inaabuso na yung buhay nila. Next is environmental conditioning, including air and water quality, healthcare services, housing, and educational resources. All contribute to longevity beyond what individual person can control. So, kahit anong bagay na pwedeng makontrol ng tao is talagang nakakontribute yan siya sa longevity. Sa environmental conditioning, maaring ang tao na naka-reach din ng elderhood is maganda yung quality ng kanilang water, hindi madumi, at fresh yung hangin na kanilang nalalanghap. And of course, kapag may sakit sila is malapit lang yung hospital, makapagpa-check up sila. Kaya na-reach nila ang elderhood kasi healthy ang environment na kung saan sila na papaloob or kung saan sila nabubuhay. So sa elderhood, meron tayong two groups. It is old and young old. Pag sinasabi nating old, sila yung mga tao na kinakailangan talaga nila ng help kapag meron silang gagawin. For example, kapag sila'y lumalakad or lalakad, kailangan talaga nila ng tulong or kailangan nila ng kasama. Yung bang parang hindi na sila capable na gagawa pa ng mga mabibigat na gawain kasi even nga sa pagsusuot ng damit is nahihirapan na sila. Then pag sinasabi rin nating young old, sila yung mga tao na kahit 75 years old na sila is masigla pa rin, malusog at nakakalahok pa rin sa komunidad. Next is coping with the physical changes of aging. While we are aging, it is inevitable in our life that there is a changes, most especially in physical. So, aging is a continuous process over the lifespan, includes both development and decline. So, while we are aging, meron talagang mga development at meron ding decline. Merong nag-develop sa atin and then meron din tayong mga failure. In short, merong mga ups and down. So, kahit well-educated ka pa, or kahit ma-access mo pa ang healthcare services, lahat ng resources, is talagang pagdating ng pagtanda is ma-experience mo pa rin yung mga changes ng physical. In later life, some physical changes are considered to be normal or expected and not especially related to disease. Hindi ibig sabihin na maka-experience ka ng changes pagtanda mo is related yan sa sakit na na-experience mo nung bata ka pa. Ma-consider man din natin siya na normal or expected. Pag sinasabi natin normal or expected, for example, nung nasa early adulthood ka pa lang or middle adulthood, naninigarilyo ka, umiinom ka ng alak at gumagamit ka pa ng droga, i-expect mo talaga na normal lang na magkaroon ka ng changes kasi nga sa mga ginagawa mo nung time na nasa middle adulthood ka pa lang or early adulthood. So physical changes of aging are multidimensional and variable across individual. So ang physical changes of aging is marami siyang aspeto at nag-iiba siya sa bawat tao. Some people who have observed a healthy lifestyle in early and middle adulthood still experience diseases, whereas others who have led a more risky lifestyle do not experience this disease. Hindi ibig sabihin or hindi porke na nung bata ka pa lang is napaka-healthy mo or healthy yung lifestyle mo, pagdating ng pagtanda mo is wala ka nang mai-experience na sakit. Kasi pwede mo pa rin siyang ma-experience. And hindi rin porke na nung bata ka pa lang is ang dami na ng sakit na na-experience mo, pagdating ng pagtanda is ma-experience mo pa rin yun. Kasi pwedeng hindi mo na siya ulit ma-experience pagdating ng elderhood. The physical changes of aging can be approached much like its counterpart in early adolescence. Although the rate of change may be slower, older adults notice changes in a wide range of areas including appearance, body shape, strength and stamina, and the accumulation of chronic illnesses. So kahit mapansin mo ni minsan na for example 75 years old ka na and then wala pa rin, hindi mo pa rin nafe-feel yung nafe-feel ng iba na sobrang sakit, malubhang sakit, hindi mo pa rin na-experience yung mga ganon, and then still masigla ka pa rin, still na malusog ka pa rin, pero may mga changes ka pa rin na ma-experience. Even the rate of change is slower kahit na mabagal yung mga changes na ma-experience mo na iba, pero meron din mga changes na agad mong ma-notice. Ito ay for example, sa appearance natin, sa body shape natin, sa strength, di ba? Well, tumatanda tayo, iba talaga yung strength natin, i-compare natin nung tayo ay bata pa. And then, kapag yung appearance din natin, for example, kahit gaano pa tayo kaganda, kahit ano pang skincare yung gagamitin natin, kahit iba't ibang skincare pa yan yung gagamitin natin, inevitable talaga na mag-change talaga siya kapag tayo ay tatanda, kukulubot talaga yan. And of course, yung body shape natin, hindi man talaga the same yan sa bata na kung bata pa lang is pwede pang ituwid yung shape ng body. Pero kapag matanda ka na is of course parang magka-curve na yan. Okay. Next is fitness. We have 7 components to assess fitness among the elderhood. coordination, reaction time, balance, muscle strength, muscle endurance, flexibility, and cardiorespiratory endurance. So, meron tayong 7 components para malaman natin or ma-assess natin ang fitness ng mga matatanda. Ma-assess natin yan sa kanilang coordination, the way na mag-react sila, kung gaano ba kabagal, yung balance nila, kung gaano ba sila kalakas, of course, sa flexibility, cardiorespiratory endurance. Elders who exhibit high level of fitness, sila yung mga matatanda na mayroong better overall quality of life, higher cognitive functioning, lower levels of depression, and sila ay maka-experience man ng physical disabilities pero hindi gaano ka lala. Most people begin to notice declines in their physical health and fitness in their late 20s and early 30s. So, mag-start siya sa 21 to 29. So, manotice ng mga tao talaga na merong changes na sa kanilang physical. So, sa mga matatanda, kailangan i-encourage pa rin natin sila na mag-exercise. Kasi yung mga matatanda na iba is hindi sila nag-exercise kasi ginaisip nila na ang exercise is para lang yan sa mga bata kasi hindi na yan nila kaya or hindi na yan pwede sa kanila. Pero kailangan natin sila i-encourage kasi ang physical activity, it is a key to promoting health and preventing illnesses. Para kahit may mga decline na pwedeng mangyari or pwede nilang ma-experience while sila ay tumatanda, is madali lang nila itong ma-cope. Some aspects of aging that impact fitness are a result of the body's natural process as cells replicate again and again and through metabolism produce byproducts that can be harmful to the body itself. So, minsan is, bakit hindi natin ma-maintain ang high level of physical fitness? Dahil yan sa natural lang din siya na process ng body natin. Na minsan naka-harmful din sa body natin itself. Some aspect of aging that reduce fitness are a result of choices and circumstances. So, minsan ang dahilan din kung bakit hindi natin ma-maintain yung high level of fitness dahil din sa mga choices natin or dahil din sa mga circumstances na na-experience natin. For example is na sa sedentary lifestyle natin, kung nag-smoke ba tayo, a heavy diet in fats, too much time in sun, exposure to environmental toxin, and lack of health care. So ito yung minsan yung mga reason kung bakit hindi natin ma-maintain ang high level of fitness. Commitment to physical fitness is important for adults in order to face their later years in the best possible physical condition. So, kailangan talaga ng mga adults na may willingness sila na i-engage yung kanilang sarili sa mga physical activities na kung saan makakatulong para magkaroon ng physical fitness para po makakatulong at saka importante ito sa pagharap ng mga possible na physical condition pagdating ng later years. So, regular physical activity is associated with decreased rates of death from heart disease, lower risk of diabetes and colon cancer, and prevention of high blood pressure. Kasi kapag gina-engage natin or gumagawa tayo ng physical activity regularly, so of course, ma-decrease yung rates of deaths from heart disease, ma-lower risk of diabetes, and of course, is hindi po ma-high blood pressure. Sa mga older adults, kapag gagawa sila ng moderate aerobic activity, dapat is 2 hours and 30 minutes lang a week. And kapag mag-strengthening sila, dapat 2 days a week lang. And then kapag mag-balancing sila, kailangan is 3 days or more a week. Next is sleep and rest. So sa mga matatanda, kailangan talaga nila matulog ng 7 to 9 hours a night. So, older adults tend to go sleep earlier and wake up earlier than when they were younger and spend less time in deep sleep. So, ang mga matatanda, madali talaga yan silang matulog. Kasi mga 7 p.m. pa lang, inaantok na yan sila. Pero madali rin yan silang gumising. Kasi mga 4 or minsan nga 3:30 is makagising na yan sila. Kasi ma-observe ko man din sa lola ko, most especially kapag nakarinig sila ng ingay, then talagang mabilis yan silang makagising. O hindi kagaya nung bata pa lang sila, or for example sa atin, na sobra-sobra pa sa 8 hours yung pagtulog natin. Kaya according to National Institute of Aging 2009, ang mga matatanda is light sleeper. Bakit? Kasi yun nga, parang madali silang matulog, parang konti lang yung oras ng kanilang pagtulog. Halimbawa kung ang mga matatanda is hindi sila makatulog ng mahabang oras, then palagi nilang itong ma-experience, maaaring magkaroon sila ng insomnia. Pag sinasabi natin insomnia, difficulties falling asleep or staying asleep. On the other hand, insomnia may be a symptoms of other medical conditions such as unmanaged pain and difficulty breathing. For example, kapag nahihirapan silang huminga, then ito yung mga symptoms ng insomnia at yung mga pain na hindi siya na-manage. So, maaaring ang insomnia is a temporary problem lang din siya na associated with particular worries and then excitement for an upcoming event. And then, of course, maaaring dahil may mga problema silang hindi pa na-solve, so iisipin niya nila hanggat sa hindi na sila makatulog dahil sa kakaisip. And for example, sa upcoming event, for example, pupunta kayo or maliligo ang buong pamilya sa dagat. And of course, sa sobrang excited, dahil sa excitement na feeling ng tao, of course, mas pipiliing hindi na lang matutulog kasi baka maiwan sa bahay at hindi makakasama sa pagligo. Di ba kasi ang mga matatanda is hindi aabot ng 7 to 9 hours ang kanilang tulog a night. So, kailangan talaga nila ng napping. Kasi ang napping is help reduce stress and allow person to engage the remainder of the day with more energy. Kasi nakakatulong siya para ma-reduce ang stress ng tao at magkaka-gain siya ng more energy. Kasi for example, kapag may iniisip kang problema at mabigat ito para sa'yo, kahit na gusto na matulog, kahit gusto mo nang matulog, of course, hindi ka talaga makakatulog kasi iisipin mo ito kung paano mo ma-solve. So, aside sa nakakatulong siya para ma-reduce ang stress mo, nakakatulong din siya to lower risk of heart attack. Para hindi ka ma-heart attack ba? Kaya kailangan mo pa rin mag-napping kapag ikaw ay matanda na. So, aside of that, people who are able to nap during the day may also be a greater control of their lives and less exposed to stress. Taking a nap may be a deliberate way to reduce stress, relax, and then prepare to engage more fully in remaining hours of the day. So, para ayun nga sabi ko kanina, para ma-reduce ang stress, magkaroon ka ng more energy, para magagawa mo pa rin yung mga gagawin mo sa mga naiwan pang oras mo. Next is sensory changes. Vision. Visual adaptation involves the ability to adjust to changes in the level of illumination. Some visual problems of older than 75 are difficulties with tasks that require speed of visual performance. For example, reading sign in moving vehicle. Several psychological conditions seriously impaired vision and can result in partial or total blindness in old age. So maraming psychological condition na maaaring magresulta ng pagkabulag ng isang matanda. So meron tayong cataracts. Cataracts is a clouding of the lenses, making them less penetrable by light. So kapag maka-experience ang isang matanda ng cataracts is hindi siya masyadong makakita ng liwanag or parang hindi niya masyadong ma-recognize ang tao. Pag sinasabi natin cataract is merong clouding sa lenses sa mata ng tao. Next is corneal disease, which can result in redness, watery eyes, pain, and difficulty seeing. For example, kapag ang isang matanda is may corneal disease, ang ma-feel niya is masakit ang kanyang mata. And then naga-red ang kanyang eyes, lumuluha agad yung kanyang mata, and then mahirapan siya, parang blur ang kanyang paningin. Ang glaucoma is maaring mag-cause siya ng vision loss and blindness. Dahilan kasi kung bakit merong glaucoma na sakit dahil na-damage yung nerve na tinatawag na optic nerve na nasa back ng eye natin. Kahit na ang elder is maka-experience ng cataract, na siyang dahilan na minsan ay hindi na nila ma-recognize ang tao kapag malayo na yung distance, is meron man ding solusyon dito. Merong cataract surgery na kung saan is siyang nakaka-help para magkaroon ng good vision ulit ang tao. Ayon sa vision expert, 9 out of 10 yung mga naka-experience ng good vision after ng cataract surgery. Loss of vision poses serious challenges to adaptation. It has the effect of separating people from contact with the world. So yung pagkawala ng paningin ng isang tao is talagang challenge siya sa adaptation. Bakit? Kasi mahirapan ka man talaga na makipag-connect sa world kapag hindi mo makita. Feel mo parang hindi ka connected sa world kasi of course wala kang nakikita. Most older adults are not ready to cope with the challenge of learning to function in their daily world without being able to see. So, maraming mga older ay hindi pa sila ready. Hindi pa sila ready na danasin or harapin ang pagsubok na ito. Ang pagsubok na mabuhay sa mundo without able to see. Na mabuhay sa mundo na kahit ni isa is walang makikita. Kapag ang matanda is naka-experience ng loss of vision, ang feeling niya is helplessness. Na kailangan sa bawat gagawin niya is may tutulong talaga sa kanya. Yung bang feeling niya hindi niya magagawang mag-isa kung ano yung mga gusto niyang gawin. Yung bang parang wala na siyang pag-asa na gawin kung ano man yung gusto niya. Hearing. The most common effects of hearing loss are a reduced sensitivity to both high frequency, high pitch, and low intensity or quiet sounds, and a somewhat decreased ability to understand spoken messages. So, hindi lang dahil sa ang tao ay na-expose siya sa masyadong maingay na environment ang dahilan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng hearing loss. Kasi even na sa quiet environment, pwede rin siyang maging reason na ang tao is maka-experience kapag siya ay tumanda ng hearing loss. Loss of hearing interferes with the basic mood of human connectedness, the ability to participate in conversation. Kailangan talaga sa isang tao na may pandinig din tayo. Kasi kapag wala tayong pandinig, hindi tayo makapag-connect sa iba. Hindi tayo makapag-interact sa conversation ng iba. Kasi walang gaganahan na makipag-usap sa atin kapag mawalan tayo ng pandinig. Kasi of course, kahit na magre-respond sila or kahit nakakausapin nila tayo is hindi man din natin maiintindihan. Ang hearing of loss is nangyayari siya dahil may na-damage na bone in the middle of ear. Kagaya sa vision, kahit may cataract na nararanasan ang mga matatanda, pero may solution din doon. Yun ay ang cataract surgery. Sa hearing din, meron din solution yung loss of hearing. Ito ay ang amplifying device na kung saan nakakatulong siya sa mga tao na nagkaka-experience ng loss of hearing. Amplifying device, a variety of devices that can help support individuals who have hearing loss. Self-esteem is play an important role in this process. Bakit? Dahil ang older adults with hearing loss and with self-esteem tend to insist that people who want to communicate with them should face them when they speak. So, kasi kapag ang mga matatanda, meron silang or mataas yung kanilang self-esteem, of course, i-insist man talaga yan nila na pagsabihan nila yung for example, ang individual na gusto makipag-usap sa kanila na maaari bang humarap ka sa akin kapag nagsasalita ka kasi hindi ko naririnig. At para kahit papano is maintindihan ko siya sa pamamagitan ng pagbuka ng bunganga mo. So, sa older adult naman, na kung saan merong low self-esteem, of course, hindi man yan nila gagawin na i-insist talaga yung tao kasi nga low yung kanilang self-esteem. So, ang magiging resulta is vulnerability sila sa suspicion and then ma-feel nila na hindi sila worthy. Ang mga older adults na naka-experience ng loss of hearing, ang magiging feelings nila is isolated and suspicion. About 20% of 75 and older have multiple sensory impairments. Those who have both visual and hearing impairments are likely to report reduced social interaction, difficulty getting together with friends, and greater risk of falls. 20% sa mga matanda na may edad na 70 and older yung naka-experience ng multiple sensory impairments. So pag sinasabi natin multiple sensory impairments, sila yung naka-experience ng both visual and hearing impairments. So kapag ang matanda is naka-experience ng multiple sensory impairment, or sila yung mga tao na hindi pwede sa mga crowded na places. At sila rin yung mga tao na mahirapan makahanap ng friends. So even na may friends sila, is mahirapan din sila na makipag-join, na makasama nila palagi yung kanilang mga friends. Next is the taste and smell. There are taste receptors throughout the mouth, including on your tongue, the roof of your mouth, and your throat. The taste receptors detect flavors of food based on 5 tastes. Ang 5 tastes is sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and tangy. The smell of food contributes to its flavor, and many would argue that the appearance of food contributes to its appeal. Kahit na hindi mo pa na-taste ang isang food, kapag naamoy mo siya is malaman mo talaga kung anong flavor niya. Malaman mo talaga kung ano ang possible na lasa nito. For example, bumili ka ng shake. Kahit hindi mo pa siya natikman, kahit hindi mo pa alam kung anong flavor, kapag once naamoy mo siya, of course, malalaman mo talaga kung anong flavor nito. Older adults have a higher threshold than young adults for detecting tastes. Some of this reduced sensitivity may be related to the impact of certain medication, gum disease, dentures, some infections, cancer treatments, or alcohol consumption. Ang mga matatanda is mataas ang kanilang sensitivity sa pag-detect ng food, kung ano ang taste ng isang food kaysa sa mga bata. Minsan kung mag-reduce ang sensitivity nila sa pag-detect ng food or ng taste ng food, may mga reason dyan kung bakit nangyayari. Dahil sa gum disease, sa some infections, medication, at marami pa. So ang mga matatanda, kapag mag-reduce ang sensitivity nila sa pag-detect ng food or ng tastes ng food, ang ginagawa nila is dinadagdagan nila ng salt or sugar. So bakit ba nangyayari ang loss of taste? Kasi while tumatanda tayo, nag-decrease din yung numbers ng taste buds. The loss of taste in older adults can result a loss of appetite and disruption of normal eating habits. Lost appetite, which may accompany illness and new medication. Pain due to dental problems and changes in the digestive system all contribute to malnutrition among the elderly. So, ang pagkawala ng gana kumain is pwede siyang magresulta ng malnutrition sa mga matatanda. The sense of smell can keep a person safe. Smells related to smoke, gas leaks, spoiled food, or household chemicals are important indication of possible environmental problem. So, paano nasasabi na ang sense of smell is nakakatulong siya para ma-safe ang tao? So, for example, may sunog na nangyari. Kapag naamoy mo ang smoke, alam mo talaga na may sunog. And then kapag malaman mo na may sunog, of course, ang iisipin mo talaga is kailangan mong umalis sa bahay. For example, sa bahay nangyari ang sunog, kailangan mo talaga umalis para makasurvive ka, para hindi ka madamay sa sunog. Sa spoiled food din. So, kapag naamoy mo ang food na alam mong panis na siya, of course, hindi mo man yan kakainin kasi alam mong pwedeng sumakit yung tiyan mo. Pwede kang magkasakit dyan. Loss of smell in older adults are increased their vulnerability to illness and accidents. Kasi kapag mawalan tayo ng pang-amoy, pwede tayong magkasakit at pwede tayong maaksidente. Kagaya sa example ko kanina na spoiled food. At doon lang po nagtatapos ang aking discussion at maraming salamat po sa pakikinig.
Good day everyone! Today I will be discussing about the behavioral slowing. A gradual slowing in response to a stimuli is frequently recognized as one of the indicators of aging. This slowing is evident in various aspects such as motor responses, reaction time, problem-solving capabilities, memory skills, and information processing. Age-related slowing in cognitive processing is more pronounced in complex tasks that involve mental processing compared to a routine task. The level of complexity in a task directly correlates with the amount of cognitive load, meaning that the more domains of idea or information involved, the longer it takes to choose a response strategy. In many studies, older adults show improvements in response time when given opportunity for practice. Kapag yung older adults at yung younger ay parehong binigyan ng complex tasks, older adults do not show improvements compared sa mga younger, and their performance gap increases. Behavioral slowing can be attributed to biological, learned, and motivational factors. Biologically, there is an evidence in the decrease of neural firing in specific brain regions that lead to a slower speed for information processing. This can be attributed to the age-related damage in myelin sheath, which insulates neurons and aids in the speed of firing. The degree of this slowing varies depending on the nature of task and the cognitive processes involved. The slowing of responses can also be a product of learned cautiousness. Through experience, individuals acquire the tendency to respond with caution in order to prevent errors. When faced with new experimental problem-solving tasks, elderly individuals may require more time as they lack the confidence to employ new strategy. Consequently, they resort to a more familiar, more time-consuming approach in order to ensure accurate problem resolution. Cautiousness can also be associated with previous encounters of instability or falling. Example is kapag mag-step down sila from the sidewalk or if mag-sakay sila ng elevator or escalator, diba? As we can observe from the elders, they move very slowly para ma-sure nila na tama yung tinatapakan nila, tama yung tinatayuan nila, para makaiwas sila sa aksidente, para hindi sila matumba, or para hindi sila mahulog. Due to the gradual nature of slowing, the majority of adults adapt to it by enhancing the convenience of their surroundings or by adjusting their lifestyles. Nevertheless, the challenges in slowing is more risky in circumstances where adults or elders are expected to match an untenable tempo, such as driving in the cars, driving in the highways, or crossing the street when the green light is on. Magka-problem sila sa crossing the street kasi yung green light, yung time for a green light is not enough for them para makapunta sa the other side. And elders become more selective sa mga activities na ginagawa nila kasi hindi nila kayang gawin yung mga bagay na dapat minamadali. And also, elders are supposedly hindi na dapat ginapa-drive or ginapapunta sa kung saan-saan kasi it is no longer safe for them. Now, let's proceed in coping with sensory changes. Due to the various aging patterns observed among the elderly, it is not possible to prescribe a perfect coping strategy. The SOC model introduced in Chapter 13 becomes increasingly relevant as sensory and motor functions are impaired. According to this model, older adults must prioritize the areas in which they are most invested in maintaining optimal functioning and allocate their resources accordingly. They should also compensate with the areas where functioning is limited. The ultimate goal is to strike a balance between self-sufficiency and willingness to accept assistance while preserving one's dignity and maximizing day-to-day mobility. Elders can embrace and acknowledge suitable dependence by realistically evaluating their physical capabilities. So, sinasabi nila na interesado pa rin naman sila sa lahat ng bagay, pero hindi na sila nag-expect na kaya nilang gawin lahat ng yon. It's like, kaya ng isip nila, kaya sa isip nilang gawin yon, pero hindi na kaya ng katawan nila. For example na lang sa atin, di ba? When we think na kala natin, kaya nating sayawin yung step na yon, pero when we started to move our body, hindi pala natin kaya. So, ganun yung state, ganun yung sa kanila. A gradual yet persistent decline in the immune system is observed as a consequence of aging. So, yung mga older adults, they are very vulnerable sa mga infections and mas matagal yung healing process nila. And a significant portion of older adults suffer from one or more chronic diseases such as diabetes, arthritis, osteoporosis, or high blood pressure. Let's proceed in developing a psychohistorical perspective. In elderhood, individuals undergo both positive and negative changes by engaging in various experiences, making decisions, guiding the younger generations, and developing a personal philosophies. Adults enhance their level of conscious thinking. The elderly possess a heightened awareness of different possibilities, enabling them to delve into the past and future and acknowledge the coexistence of opposing forces. This integration of past, present, and future is called psychohistorical perspective. Kaya minsan naririnig natin sa mga elders natin na sinasabi nila na papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. Kasi sa edad nila, they've been through a lot. So alam na nila kung paano to, paano yan. And minsan even sa weather, di ba? Like, ako, akala ko uulan. But then, one of our elders will say na, ay, hindi yan uulan. Daan lang yung ulan. Something like that. So, yeah. The accumulation of experiences is a direct result of living a long life. Additionally, one comes to realize that change is an inherent aspect of both personal and societal existence. Occasionally, these changes may seem repetitive, while at other instances, they bring out significant transformations.
Traveling uncharted territory, life structures in elderhood. Changes in role relationships, especially role loss in later adulthood, present significant challenges to the preservation of a coherent self concept. Those who cope most effectively have been able to focus on certain valued characteristics of the self and to optimize them despite of difficult changes in their social and physical resources. So, as people get older, they may not be able to do things they used to do, like work or participate in activities they have enjoyed. This can make them feel like they don't have purpose or a sense of who they are. This is especially hard in rural areas where being part of a community is important, while also losing roles and activities can make people feel confused, anxious, and depressed. However, uh, there are ways to address these challenges like finding new hobbies or roles that fit their abilities and seeking support from support groups or maybe in counseling or and from counseling. So by staying engaged or exploring new opportunities, people or elders can continue to feel good about themselves as they age. So for example, uh, in Philippines, many adults live in rural areas where community involvement and social connections are important part of daily life. So, for example, my lolo is used to be a community leader or a community leader and was actively involving in organizing events and activities for our barangays. However, as he got older, he began to experience physical limitations that made it for him difficult to continue the this role being a community leader. So he had to step down from his position and was no longer able to participate in many of the activities once he enjoyed. Interdisciplinary perspective on the distinction between usual and successful aging. Usual aging, a state of typical aging that in which individuals may be functioning well but are at high risk for disease, disability, and reduced capacity for functional independence. So when we say usual aging, it is the ability or it is the normal physical and mental changes that occur as person get older. This include things like decrease mobility, things can you know mobility changes in memories and cognitive function, and an increased risk for developing chronic health condition. Then successful agers, elderly individuals who are characterized by three interdependent features. First, they have a low risk for disease and disease related disability. Second, high mental and physical function. And last, active engagement with life. Successful aging, it is the ability of older adults to maintain good physical and mental health while also staying engaged in life and avoiding diseases and disability. This can involve things like staying active, having strong social support, and maintaining a positive outlook in life. New patterns of adapting to later life. Living arrangement. Living arrangement and elderhood refers to how older adults choose to live and the type of housing arrangement they have. So it involves about adults living alone, with the spouse or partners, or with their children, or maybe in the retirement communities or some care facilities. So, for example, here in the Philippines, there are several common living arrangements for adults. So, one of the common arrangement is living with their children or extended family members. So, in Filipino culture, there is a strong emphasis on family, and so it is quite common for adults to live with their adult children or grandchildren. So, living arrangement second is interstate migration. Interstate migration is the elders elders movement from one state to another. It happens only when they decided to relocate to a different state for various reasons. So maybe these reasons might be their retirement or personal matters in the family, or lifestyle preferences. So for example, let's say that there is a couple, elder couples that living in a bustling city, so they spend most of their lives on staying there. So, but as they enter their elderhood, they desire to have a quiet and peaceful life. So they decided to move in the provinces, which may be the maybe quiet and peaceful place. Housing option is the third living arrangement. So housing option for the elderly vary based on lifestyle, health interest, ability to perform daily activities, marital status, and income. Developers have expanded the range of retirement housing option to cater to the specific needs of aging populations. So here are some of the key considerations. So in lifestyle of elderly, housing option can be ranged from independent living community to assisted living facility, or we call it nursing homes. So the choice depends on the level of assistance and the support needed. Second is health interest. Some housing option may be offer specialized amenities and programs for a specific health interests, such as facility fitness center fitness centers and wellness activities, or maybe access to health care services. Third is the ability to perform daily activities. So housing option can be tailored to accommodate different level of mobility and different level of Third is the ability to perform daily activities. Housing option can be tailored to accommodate different levels of mobility and accessibility, including features like uh, wheelchair or elevators. Fourth is marital status. So marital status housing option can cater to both um, single individuals or couples with option for shared or individual living space. And lastly, the income. The cost of housing option can vary, ranging from affordable housing option to high-end retirement communities. Financial consideration play a role in choosing the most suitable housing arrangement. So, in overall, the goal of housing option is to provide comfortable and supportive environment for our elderly, taking into the account of unique needs, take and preferences. Developers continue to um, experiment with a great variety of housing configuration that is intended to meet the specific needs of particular aging population. So I researched housing option here in the Philippines, and I found this Golden I Golden Acres Home for the Aged. So this is a government-run residential facility located in Quezon City, Philippines. It provided housing and care for indigent senior citizens who have no family or means of support. The facility offers a safe and nurturing environment along with the medical services, recreational activities, and social support for the elderly residents. Golden Acres aims to enhance the quality of life for the elders population by providing them with a comfortable and dignified living arrangement. In fourth living arrangement is institutional care. About 1.3 million adults older than 65 live in skilled care facilities, or sometimes referred to as nursing homes. This includes any arrangement with three or more beds that provides nursing and personal care services. Nursing homes provide nursing care and rehabilitation for people who have severe limitation as a result of acute illness, surgery, or advanced dementia. So, institutional care in elderhood refers to the option of residing in care facilities specially designed for older adults who requires round-the-clock assistance and specialized care. So in the Philippines, there are various types of institutional care available for older adults, including nursing homes and long-term facilities. So for example, let's consider Lola Anita, an elderly woman in the Philippines who has been living with advanced dementia. Due to her condition, she requires constant supervision, assistance with daily activities, and specialized medical care. So Lola Anita's family decided to admit her to the nursing home in Manila that specializes um, in dementia care. So in nursing homes, Lola Anita has her own private room equipped for necessary amenities She receives necessary she receives personal care from trained healthcare professionals, including assistance with grooming, medication, management, and mobility. The facility also provide engaging activities and therapies with dementia. So with that, Lola Anita benefit from a safe and supportive environment where her specific care needs are addressed. Institutional care facilities in the Philippines aim to provide um, living environment for adults, excuse me, who required specialized care that may not be feasible to provide at home. So these facilities ensure that residents receives the necessary medical attention, assistance, and social engagement that enhance to their quality of life. The last living arrangement is aging in place. So, community-based long-term health care is rapidly growing components of medical mid-care program. It is designed to provide medical and social services to individuals who are clinically ill and eligible for institutionalizations but choose to live in their own communities. So this type of living arrangement allows the elders to receive the necessary support and assistance while remaining in the comfort of their homes. So, aging in place offers a range of services including medical care, assistance with daily activities, and emotional support. Aging in place community based long term health care is rapidly growing a component of Medicare program. It is designed to provide social and medical services to those who are chronically ill and mm, eligible for institutionalization, but the elders refuses and chooses to live in their own community. So this type of in living arrangement allows elderly to receive necessary supports and assistance while remaining in their own homes. This kind of living arrangement is offering a range of services while while the elders are remaining on their own homes. So these include the medical care, assistance with daily activities, and also the emotional support. So this recognize the preferences of many elderly individuals to age in place and aims to improve their quality of life by promoting independence and maintaining their connections to their community. So, for example, let's say that elderly individuals um, who is chronically ill and is uh, eligible for institutionalizations and requires ongoing medical social services, but despite of being eligible for that institutionalization, the elderly refuses and chooses to stay at their home with their support of community-based long-term health care. So through this program, the elderly individuals have regular visits from healthcare professionals who provides medical checkups, administer medications, and um, monitor their overall health. So, new patterns of adapting later life, romance, and sexuality. Romance, intimacy, and sexuality remain important among older married couples, and majority of couples who have change in satisfaction from age 60 to 85. So the romance and sexual relationship in elderhood are not often discussed here in the Philippines, but yes, they do exist. So many of older adults continue um, to have a romantic and sexual relationship with their partners, although this may less frequent or less physically intense than in their younger years. So in some cases, older adults um, may form new romantic relationship in their later life. It's either with new partner or with long-term friends or companions. This relationship may be based on shared interest, companionships, or mutual support rather than physical attraction or sexual desire. So, however, there are also challenges in and barriers to romance and sexual relationship. So, elderly may face a social stigma or disapproval from family members or society at large, particularly if they are widowed or divorced. So, they may also face physical and health related challenges that make sexual activity more difficult or uncomfortable. So next is ageism and sexuality. So the term ageism and sexuality, it is the discrimination or negative attitudes that the older adults may face based on their age and sexual orientations. This could conclude the assumption that older adults are no longer interested in or capable of sexual activity, or that their sexual desire are inappropriate or shameful for their age. Psycho- so the second new patterns of adapting to later life is gender role definition or the gender role convergence. It is the transformation of gender role orientation during the midlife. So when we say gender role convergence, it is the idea that as people uh, age, traditional gender roles become less distinct, and there is a greater sharing of responsibilities or greater sharing of caregiving between men and women. So this means that men and women become more similar in their roles and responsibilities rather than being strictly defined by traditional gender norms. So, during the midlife, many people experience a transformation in their gender role orientation as they begin their to question and challenge their traditional gender norms and expectations. So this can be influenced by a range of uh, factors, including changes in the family dynamics, career goals, and personal values. So, as people move away from traditional gender, they they may begin to embrace more. So, as people move away from traditional gender roles, they may begin to embrace more egalitarian values and behavior, such as sharing, caregiving, and responsibilities, and supporting their partners and their career goals. To summarize it, gender role convergence and transformation of gender roles orientation during the midlife reflect to growing recognitions of importance of mutual support and shared responsibilities within families, communities, and regardless of genders. So, for example, of the gender role, for example of the gender role convergence is that men who are taking the on caregiving responsibilities traditionally associated with women, such as cooking, cleaning, and caring for children and elderly family members. This shift is driven by a range of factors, including the changes in family dynamics, economic pressures, and growing recognitions of the importance of shared responsibilities within the family. So, another, as men take on more caregiving responsibility, so women also able to pursue their own career goals and personal interests, and leading to more fulfilling and satisfying relationship for both partners. So this shift towards more egalitarian gender rules is also reflected in the workplace, where women are increasingly taking on leadership roles, breaking down traditional gender norms. So, to sum it up again, gender roles convergence in the Philippines reflect growing recognition of the importance of shared responsibilities and mutual support within families and community, regardless of the gender. So men and women appear to be similar in affiliative values, that is, the value placed on helping or pleasing others. Instrumental values, that is, the values placed on doing things that are challenging. So affiliative values, it is important that it refers to the importance of the people placed on helping or pleasing other. This can be reflected in the amount of the time they spend and the degree of satisfaction they achieve in such action. So people who prioritize the affiliative values may enjoy spending time with others, enjoy helping others, and also making others happy, while the instrumental values, on the other hand, it refers to the importance that people um, place on doing things that are challenging. So this can be reflected in the amount of time they spend and the degree of satisfaction whom they achieve in such actions. So people who prioritize instrumental values may enjoy taking on difficult tasks, achieving goals, and pushing themselves to succeed. Social crisis, immortality versus extinction, is the psychosocial crisis of the elderhood. So it refers to psychological and social challenges that individuals and society may face when considering the potential outcome of aging. So it relates to the conflict between the desire of prolonged life or immortality and the potential to decline or disappearance of the aging population or extinction. So immortality. The positive pole of this crisis is a confidence in the continuity of life, a transcendence of death through the through the development of symbolic sense of immortality. Extinction, a fear that one's life and its end amount to nothing, the negative pole of psychosocial crisis, and elderhood is the sense of being bound by the limits of one life history, the possibility of ending one's life with a sense of extinction is reflected in the public health concern about suicide among the elderly. So, Erickson's advice on coping with aging concerns responding to loss and dealing with diminished capacities. So, immortality, it is an individual level of on an individual level, the desire for immortality may lead to existential questions and struggle to um, find meaning and purpose in the life if death is no longer a natural part of the human experience. So it may also disrupt life course and altering relationships, societal rules, and personal identity. So in the for example, if immortality became a reality, older adults might face challenges in navigating their extended life. They may need to redefine the rules and relationship, adopt new societal norms, and grapple with the psychological implications of living indefinitely. Additionally, the younger generation may experience pressure to make choice mm, about their own lives in the context of potential overcrowded and resource constrained world. Extinction. It is the potential decline or disappearance of the aging population raises concern about the societal attitudes toward aging, ageism, and loss of valuable contributions to the older adults brings to the community. It may lead um, to a sense of social loss and the devaluation of older individuals. So, if aging population face extinction, there could be significant psychological and social consequences. So older adults may experience feeling of neglected, isolation, and lack of purpose as their experiences and wisdom are no longer um, valued or sought after. So these could lead to breakdown in the intergenerational connections and the loss of cultural heritage and traditions. So navigating the psychosocial crisis of immortality versus extinction in elderhood requires careful consideration of individuals' well-being, societal values, and ethical implications. It also involves addressing existential um, question, promoting intergenerational understanding and respect, and creating supportive environments that value and empower our older adults.
So the central process of elderhood is social support. So the social support network with older adults, typically having smaller networks compared to younger adults. The social support networks can include family members, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and other individuals who provide emotional and practical support. So the quality of social support is more important than the quantity. Having a few close and reliable individuals in one's social support is more beneficial than having a large network with superficial connections. So the sources of social support. So the social support can came from various sources, including first is the family. So the family members such as parents, siblings, and spouses can provide emotional and instrumental support. And the second is friends. So close friends can offer emotional support, companionship, and advice. And the third is the community. So the community neighbors or community or organization and religious groups can provide social support through shared activities and resources. And number four is online. So the online networks, virtual communities, and social media platforms can offer social support through online interactions and connections. And this is the effects of social support. So the social support has been linked to numerous positive outcomes, including first is improved mental health. Social support can reduce symptoms of depression, anxiety, and stress. And the second is enhanced physical health. So the social support has been associated with better immune function, lower blood pressure, and faster recovery from illness or surgery. And the third is the increased resilience. Having a strong social support network can help individuals cope with and recover from challenging life events. And the fourth is improved self-esteem. So, social support can contribute to a sense of belonging and validations, leading to increased self-worth. And five is better overall well-being. So, social support is a key factor in promoting life satisfaction and overall happiness. And for seeking and maintaining social support, first is to seek and maintain social support. Individuals can first is cultivate relationships, actively invest time and effort in building and maintaining meaningful connections with others. And the second is communicate openly, share thoughts, feelings, and concern with trusted individuals who can provide support and understanding. And third is be a supported friend. Offer support and assistance to others, as this can foster reciprocal relationships and strengthen social support networks. Then four is seek professional help. So in some cases, seeking professional counseling or therapy can provide additional support and guidance. So in conclusion with social support, we place a crucial role in promoting well-being and overall satisfaction in life. It encompasses both emotional and practical assistance from various sources, including the family, friends, and community networks. Seeking and maintaining social support can have a numerous positive effects on mental and physical health, resilience, self-esteem, and overall happiness. So we go to the frailty. So frailty is often characterized by physical weakness, decreased mobility, and vulnerability to adverse health outcomes. So the frailty can also encompass cognitive decline, social isolation, and emotional distress. So in assessing frailty involves evaluating an individual's functional abilities, cognitive status, social support, and overall well-being. So meeting the needs of frail elderly. So to meet the needs of the frail elderly, it is important to focus on enhancing their functional abilities and promoting independence. This can be achieved through various strategies, including first is providing assistance with activities of daily living or ADLS, such as bathing, dressing, eating, and toileting. And second is offering support and resources for managing instrumental activities of daily living, like shopping, cooking, managing finances, and using transportation. Then the third one is implementing fall prevention measures to reduce the risk of injuries. Then the fourth is promoting social engagement and reducing social isolation through community programs, support groups, and social activities. Then the fifth is ensuring access to appropriate healthcare services and regular medical checkups. Then six is providing emotional support and addressing mental health needs through counseling or therapy if necessary. Seven is educating caregivers and family members on how to provide effective care and support for the frail elderly. So by addressing the specific needs of the frail, elderly and promoting their functional abilities, it is possible to enhance their quality of life, maintain their independence, and support their overall well-being. So provides a comprehensive range of services and resources to meet the needs of older frail older adults in the community. So some key features of project care include the first is care coordination. So the program assigns a care coordinator to each participant who assesses their needs, develop a personalized care plan, and coordinates the delivery of services. Second is in-home support project. Project Care offers in-home healthcare services, including assistance with activities of daily living, medication management, and nursing or the nursing care. Third is transportation services. So the program provides transportation resources to help older adults access medical appointments, grocery shopping, and other essential activities. Then the fourth is home medication. Project Care assists with home modification to provide safety and accessibility, such as installing grab bars, ramps, or stair lifts. Then the fifth is social engagement. So the program facilitates social interactions and community engagement through senior centers, volunteer opportunities, and social events, specifically designed for older adults. Then the eighth is nutritional support. So the project care offers food and nutrition support, including meal delivery services and assistance with meal planning and preparation. So by providing a coordinated and comprehensive set of services, so the project care aims to support frail older adults in living independently, maintaining their well-being and feeling secure in their community. So this type of program recognizes the importance of addressing various aspects of aging, including the physical health, the social connections, transportation, and housing modifications to promote the optimal functioning and quality of life for older adults. So the Project Care in San Diego, California is a unique program that provides coordinated services to support frail older adults and living independently and feeling secure. So the program consists of several components. The first one is the postal alert. So postal carriers are trained to be vigilant and keep an eye out for any signs of distress or unusual circumstances. So among older residents on their roads, they can report any concern or issues they observe to the appropriate authorities or service providers. So the second is daily calls. So computer generated phone calls are made to older adults at a time selected by the client. So these calls serve as a check-in and provide a sense of security and reassurance. If there is no response, appropriate action can be taken to ensure the well-being of the individual. Then the third is the gatekeeper. So utility workers and sanitation engineers are trained to be observant and recognize signs of trouble or distress among older adults. So for example, if they notice uncollected newspaper or garbage not set out on collection day, they can report it to the relevant authorities or service providers who can then check on the individual's well-being. The fourth is healthcare info. So older adults receive a medical information box that can be affixed to their refrigerator. So this box contains important medical information such as emergency contacts, allergies, and medications. So it helps ensure that crucial health information is readily available in the case
of an emergency. And then the fifth is home repairs. So project care involves volunteers and local businesses who offer assistance with minor home repairs that support health and safety. This can include fixing loose handrails, repairing faulty electrical outlets, or addressing other issues that may pose a risk to the well-being of older adults. The sixth is Safe Return. So, Safe Return is a national program run by the Alzheimer's Association. So, it helps local authorities locate, identify, and safely return individuals with dementia who may wander or become lost. So, this program provides peace of mind to both older adults with dementia and their families. So, by combining these various components, so the project care aims to provide a comprehensive support system for frail older adults, addressing their safety, well-being, and specific needs. The program utilizes the involvement of postal carriers, daily calls, gatekeepers, healthcare information, home repairs, and safe return program to ensure that older adults can live independently while feeling secure and supported in their community. So the role of creative action is crucial in enhancing the quality of life for the frail elderly. Here's here is how it contributes to their well-being. So the first one is adapting to limitations such as individuals age. They may face the health related limitations that can impact their daily activities and overall quality of life. The creative action involves finding innovative ways to adapt to these limitations and overcome challenges. It may involve using assistive devices, modifying living spaces, or developing new strategies to perform tasks independently. The second is accessing appropriate resources. So, creative action involves identifying and utilizing the available resources within the home, family, and community to support the needs of the frail elderly. This can include accessing healthcare services, social support networks, community programs, and assistive technologies. So, by utilizing these resources, older adults can enhance their well-being and maintain a sense of independence. The third one is selective emphasizes on well-being. So each individual has a unique preference and priorities when it comes to their well-being. So creative action involves selectively emphasizing certain life experiences that are deemed central to their overall well-being. So this may involve engaging in activities that bring joy, pursuing hobbies or interests, maintaining social connections, or focusing on aspects of life that provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment. And the fourth is motivational orientation. So creative action is driven by a person's motivational orientation to continue finding new strategies and approaches to adapt to change. This involves maintaining a positive mindset, being open to learning and trying new things, and embracing resilience in the face of challenges. So, by staying motivated and proactive, older adults can continue to explore creative solutions and approaches to enhance their quality of life. So, in overall, no, creative action plays a vital role in well-being of the and frail elderly. So, by adapting to limitations, accessing appropriate resources, selectively emphasizing well-being, and maintaining motivational orientation, so older adults can enhance their quality of life and navigate the aging process with resilience and creativity. So that's that that is my report. Thank you so much.